Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla and the news show Overflow episode 41. Elon Musk is working relentlessly on his AI, and new projects are popping up. And Uber's CEO was out talking about what kind of full self-driving system that would win. And we are seeing big demand for Tesla's cars, and Nvidia is launching a new brain for humanoid robots. And Tesla Berlin hit another big milestone. And Boston Dynamics shows off new skills for their humanoid robot. And Tesla's full self-driving version 14 is about to leap in front of us humans in capabilities. All of this and much more in today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
Elon Musk is working relentlessly on his AI, and new projects are popping up all the time. As Elon wrote on X, join xAI and help build a purely AI software company called Macrohard. It's a tongue-in-cheek name, but the project is very real. In principle, given that software companies like Microsoft do not themselves manufacture any physical hardware, it should be possible to simulate them entirely with AI. So, in short, what xAI is working on is the first AI-only operating system. So, this is the first peek into what will probably disrupt all old-school operating systems in the future. Introducing NOS, a neural operating system where nothing is hard-coded. Everything is created on the fly by Grok. And here's your first look of what the OS visual styling will look like according to Tumo. And as XFreeze wrote, xAI's long-term plan is to be an edge node running AI inference to generate pixels and audio. No more traditional OS or app, but just AI rendering everything directly. And Elon replied, "It's an easy prediction of where things are headed. Devices will just be edge nodes for AI inference as bandwidth limitations prevent everything being done server-side. Yes, this is what Apple should have been focusing on for many years, but I think the iPhone could end up being disrupted by something like this. But Apple just don't seem to be out in front when it comes to AI, so they might lose out on this one. And that could be a devastating loss. But one that is out in front in AI is of course xAI, as Elon also shared. Grok is evolving much faster than any other AI. If this rate of progress continues, xAI will outpace other AI companies by a significant margin. App upgrades are roughly on par with internal upgrades. And we are very close on getting a huge leap forward with xAI's AI brain with Grok 5, as Elon also replied to this post about how Grok 4 beats ChatGPT 5 as top vending bench model with 2x more sales volume and 31% higher revenue generation, out-earns OpenAI's ChatGPT 5 by over $1,100, dominates across profitability, stability, and volume. Maintains sale momentum longer than most competitors. Grok 4 by xAI is the undisputed market leader in performance over a long-term horizon. But Elon replied, "Wait until you see Grok 5. I think it has a shot of being true AGI. Haven't felt that about anything before. Holy shit." Elon's prediction of AGI in 2026 back in 2024 seems more and more like a conservative bet, with the rate of improvement we are seeing at the moment. But Elon continued about AI on X. xAI will soon be far beyond any company beside Google, then significantly exceed Google. Companies in China will be the toughest competitors because they have so much more electricity than America and are super strong at building hardware. And Penny reposted and wrote, "America should build power plants and battery storage." And Elon replied, "I have a plan for that." So, it sounds like Elon is working hard on what he posted about many months ago, where he said he was thinking about how to get 1 terawatt of compute online as fast as possible, and therefore also getting the energy needed for that as well, of course. Elon is not kidding around, and sound like we will have some more insane projects coming from Elon's companies in the near future. So even though everyone is talking about how there is not enough energy for all these AI data centers, well, Elon Musk knows exactly what the bottleneck is going to be, as he has said a long time ago that electricity is going to be the limiting factor in the end, and why China is the biggest competitor. So, of course, Elon is working on a solution, as that is kind of what Elon Musk does, getting rid of bottlenecks. And he also wrote on X, having thought about it some more, I think the 50 million H100 equivalent number in 5 years is about right. Eventually, billions. Jeff replied with this picture, yeah, I think Jensen is very happy with Elon's focus on AI at the moment, because that means Nvidia will have an endless demand from just Elon's companies alone. And Uber's CEO was out talking about what kind of full self-driving system might win.
What do you think wins? Waymo's tech or Tesla's? Cameras, LiDAR, radar?
I personally believe that autonomous vehicles have to have superhuman levels of safety. I don't think it's good enough for them to be better than humans. They have to be multiple times better than humans, and Waymo's certainly proven that that's possible. So why not take that shot? I think in the near term it's going to be very difficult, and Elon would tell me I'm wrong, and never bet against him. But it's my instinct that in the near term, it's going to be very difficult to build a camera-only product that has superhuman levels of safety. And again, now, at some point, will it be possible? Quite possibly, yes. But if you can have instrumentation that includes cameras and LiDAR, and the cost of LiDAR, solid-state LiDAR now is $400, $500. Why not include LiDAR as well in order to achieve superhuman safety? So possible, yeah, it will be possible. I don't know when, but is the possible the better product? I'm not sure. All of our partners that we're working with now are using a combination of camera, radar, and LiDAR. And, I personally think that's the right solution, but I could be proven wrong.
So, just to be clear, Uber doesn't make full self-driving tech themselves, of course, so he, of course, doesn't know all of this. He is just guessing. He is not an expert, of course. But I completely agree that the system needs to be superhuman. But one thing most people get wrong is that more sensors equals more safety. This is something we have been talking about on this channel for years, ever since Tesla took the radar off the car, and Elon said Tesla then realized how bad their software really was, because the radar kind of worked like training wheels for the software system. And Waymo has a whole bunch of training wheels, but those sensors do not make the system safer. Quite the opposite, as Elon also explained. LiDAR and radar reduce safety due to sensor contention. If LiDAR, radar disagree with cameras, which one wins? This sensor ambiguity causes increased, not decreased risk. This is why Waymo can't drive on highways. We turned off radar in Tesla to increase safety. Cameras for the win. Yes, and this is not something new from Elon, as he has been saying this for more than 6 years.
If that is true, what happens to the rest of the industry that's building their autonomy solutions on LiDAR?
They're all going to dump LiDAR. That's my prediction. Mark my words. I should point out that I don't actually super hate LiDAR as much as it may sound, but at SpaceX, SpaceX Dragon uses LiDAR to navigate to the space station and dock. Not only that, SpaceX developed its own LiDAR from scratch to do that, and I spearheaded that effort personally. Because in that scenario, LiDAR makes sense. And in cars, it's friggin' stupid. It's expensive and unnecessary, and as Andre was saying, once you solve vision, it's worthless.
Yes, Elon actually knows what he's talking about, as he has actually been working on this for decades, including LiDAR with SpaceX. Uber did try working on full self-driving tech, but quickly gave up again, and is now waiting for others to provide solutions for them. And yes, Elon will prove him wrong, because Tesla might have put robotaxis on the street, and we are hearing analysts saying it is already driving better than Waymo's robotaxis. But Tesla is only getting started, and their system will be multiple times better and safer than us humans soon. As Elon wrote on X, version 14 will be better than humans for sure, but I don't know if it will be 10x, maybe 2x or 3x. Version 15 has a shot of 10x. Yes, it is the constant learning and improvements that will make Tesla's AI able to be 10 times safer than you and I on the road. Not LiDAR or radar. That will only make the system dumber, not safer. So it really does seem like we have a crazy month in front of us. We are still waiting for the Starship launch number 10 this week. Next month we will have version 14 coming out, and Grok 5 will be training next month. Elon is truly making the future exciting. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this news show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla Shorts. Ray for Tesla shared that Auto Home, a reputable Chinese automotive publication, successfully completed the Moose test for the Model Y L, loaded with 6 occupants, including tester, at the highway speed of 160 km an hour. This is the highest recorded Moose test result of any vehicle. For context, the last top Moose test performer is Porsche's 718 Cayman GT4 RS Mante at the speed of 90 km an hour. Not bad. And Nick shared huge lineup at Tesla's grand opening in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. This is the biggest sales, service and distribution center in Western Canada. Looks like the demand is still good in Canada. And I did make a whole video about the shift we might see in Tesla's business over the long term, from selling cars to operating just robotaxis. And one thing I also talked about was the Robotrucking opportunity that CERN made some great chants about after he had been talking with Brian Wang from the Next Big Future, that actually gave CERN the idea of just how huge the Robotrucking opportunity is. Because with just the 50,000 units Tesla is planning to produce at the semi-truck factory in Nevada, could end up being close to $1 trillion opportunity for Tesla's valuation. So if you haven't seen my video about this topic or Brian's interview with CERN, I will leave a link to both videos down below. Definitely check them out, because this is something Wall Street is completely sleeping on. And Nick also added to the semi-truck story. The Tesla Semi will be fully autonomous in the future. This will change everything. Yes, exactly. Autonomous system will eliminate human errors, which cause over 90% of truck crashes. Also fewer fatigued drivers, as autonomy removes the need for long hours behind the wheel. The truck will be able to operate 24/7 without human driver rest requirements, meaning delivery times will be increased. There is a global shortage right now of truck driver, and it's only getting worse. This could be the solution. Yes, indeed. And Nvidia made this little post and wrote, Nvidia's new humanoid robot brain is officially on sale for $3,499. Nvidia has announced the general availability of the Jetson AGX Thor developer kit and production models, powered by Nvidia's Blackwell GPU and featuring 128GB of memory and delivering up to 2070 FP5 teraflops within a 130-watt power envelope. Early adopters include Agility, Boston Dynamics, and Figure. So that's very cool, but also a good showcase that Boston Dynamics and Figure are not making their own humanoid brain chip hardware as Tesla is. Tesla is truly the only one that seems to be 100% integrated on all levels for their humanoid robot. I personally think this will be a huge advantage for Tesla, but we will see how all of this will play out. And Elon posted that there will be an universal high income, not merely basic income. Everyone will have the best medical care, food, home, transport, and everything else. Sustainable abundance. Yes, remember that is actually Tesla's new mission, sustainable abundance for everyone. So this is what Elon is working toward. And Tesla Berlin hit another great milestone. Only 6 months after they started production of the refreshed Model Y, they have already built 100,000 new Model Ys. So that is a nice ramp, and they will only continue to ramp up production. But what an awesome job from the entire Tesla team. And just for comparison, this is more units than all of Ford has sold of EVs in the same period, from just the Berlin factory. And that was from 0 to 100,000 of a new refreshed model. Not bad at all. And Nick reminded us all why EVs are so much better as your daily driver compared to an ICE car. These 3 Teslas cost us less than $1 per day to operate. Combined. Where we live, the price per kilowatt hour is only $0.02, less than $30 per month for all 3. You can't even buy a tank of gas for that. Yeah, why anyone that lives in Nick's area is still driving ICE cars is beyond my understanding. And Neuralink's first patient had this to say 18 months after becoming the first human implemented with Elon Musk's brain chip. Neuralink patient 1, Nolan, says his whole life has changed. I see how the advancement in tech at this point are going to solve so many things. They are, I think, the future of medicine. I think a lot of disabilities, cures, and answers that we have been searching for a long time will come through tech, and that kind of surprised me. It's nuts that this device holds so well for such a long time. Nice. And while we are waiting for the Starship 10 test flight, Elon gave us a little tour inside the huge Starship factory.
And here I am at the Starship factory. It's Starbase, Texas, right by the Rio Grande. You can see the barrel sections of Starship being built. These are 9-meter barrel sections, about 30 feet in diameter. And those are the nose cones. This is the largest flying object ever made. It has twice the mass of Saturn V and will have ultimately 3 times the thrust. So, pretty epic.
Just insane what SpaceX is doing here. And as Elon wrote on X, yes, in about 6 or 7 years, there will be days where Starship launches more than 24 times in 24 hours. Man, that is going to be an absolutely insane sight. And even though we have seen this countless time, I still see people in the comments say, Tesla's full self-driving can't work in rain, it needs LiDAR. But as Stern wrote on X, wrong. It works quite well doing today's liquid sunshine test in Sarasota in Florida on the I-75. Many human-driven vehicles found themselves in the ditch doing their tests. Nice. And Boston Dynamics has released a new video of their next-generation humanoid robot Atlas. And as they wrote, we are excited to share some of our progress on developing large behavior models for Atlas. This work is part of a collaboration between AI research team at Toyota Research Institute and Boston Dynamics. We have been building end-to-end language-conditioned policies that enables Atlas to accomplish long-horizon manipulation tasks. Very cool, but looking at the robot, it's hard to understand the Tesla's Gen 3 they are still working on and we haven't seen yet, but that is going to be the result of about 3 years of work. And this robot from Boston Dynamics is showing off here is the result of over 30 years of work and is now even relying on help from Toyota. This is just such a good showcase of the Tesla speed. That's all we have time for in this Overflow News Show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot so others can find it on YouTube. And if you did like it, Maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for the support. But if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel or become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out as some extra perks like early access, ad-free versions of my videos, exclusive videos. So hit the members button or check out Patreon to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on X. I post pretty much all the news as it comes out and a lot more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. It is also possible to support the show without becoming a member or a patron. There is a donation option down below or on my website bestintesla.com. You can also become an executive producer and get news articles, exclusive videos behind the scenes, and access to all my research charts and spreadsheets also on bestintesla.com, or as simple as hitting the super like button. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.